lied about being pregnant as a joke. And the joke is not that pregnancy under strenuous circumstances is funny. The joke is not that the audience was gullible enough to believe that I was pregnant. The joke is you connected to something that wasn't real.
What the hell?
So there's this YouTuber by the name of Caroline Konstnar. I think that's how you pronounce her name. And she's one of those types of YouTubers where she's like making parodies slash funny adaptations of other people's music. And these parodies actually used to go viral back 4 or 5 years ago. Like for example, this one, It's Prom, got like 15 million views 5 years ago. I'm not a big fan of her. I mean, I never even heard of her music. Hell, I haven't even heard of her at all. And I only know about her because of, well, this drama that I'm talking about right now. And I'm kind of late when it comes to covering this drama because, well, it happened just a couple weeks ago and I never even heard of it because, like I said, I never heard of her. And so obviously the only time I ever knew about this whole thing was because, well, people were talking about it on Twitter because everything happens on Twitter. Anyways, enough with the intro. Let's actually get into the topic at hand. So this started 2 weeks ago when she posted a video that's called I Have an Announcement. And as I'm recording this, it actually has a pretty good like to dislike ratio. And it's only like that because, well, that whole video was staged and obviously people believed it, and obviously has a bit more dislikes because once everyone found out that it was faked, well, people decided to go to that video and just dislike bomb it. And we found out it was fake after she posted a video that's called I Lost the Baby. And of course, if you're like me, if you saw the title and thumbnail, I would click on it immediately. But then if I see the other video, the one where she announced her pregnancy, then I know something's off because there's no way like a pregnancy happens and then a miscarriage has happened like a week or two later. Never mind, scratch that, it could happen, but obviously the way she like acts in her video for her miscarriage is kind of odd. And obviously people have the right to be upset at her for acting kind of strange in her miscarriage video, since after all she decided to just say that that whole pregnancy thing was all just a joke, so it was a miscarriage. Anyways, let's get into the videos.
I'm ovulating and I had like a plug of blood come out and I was like, oh my god, I'm pregnant. I'm 20 years old and I am figuring out what to do with my life. And I personally don't think I should have to choose to do anything in life. I think I should just do life. I think I should just not die and live, and that's life. But I meet so many people around me that are encouraging me to pick a thing, to be a thing. Like everyone's like committing to a bit. That's what life feels like. I'm committing to the bit of having a relationship with this woman who I don't really like. I'm committing to the bit of having this job that I don't really like. I'm committing to the bit of living in a democracy. I'm committing to this bit. I feel like it's okay to not know what I'm doing in life.
Obviously in her first video, she's like talking about how like her life is usually like something that it just happens because, well, it just does and she's just gonna live through it. And obviously her friends are there to help her out. I'm just saying things because seriously, in my mind, she's like rambling. I just have no clue what in the world she's talking about, especially when it comes to life. And just saying that, well, it just makes you sound kind of antisocial.
I'm good, guys. I'm actually so good. I want to have a kid. I just don't think I can have a fucking kid right now. And I really want a kid. I do want a fucking kid. And I'm not being stupid. I'm not being like, oh, well, you're young. You don't really know what it's like. You have so much life to live. Fuck you! I'm having a baby. Like, I'm having the baby. It's not like I'm getting rid of it. It's like, I'm having the baby. I'm gonna have a baby. Remember how I had, like, shit going on with.
Okay, so obviously just watching this video, especially that part, looks all normal. Like, oh, she's talking about how she ended up getting pregnant, how she's freaking out about it. Not like really in a good way because she wasn't really expecting it. I don't blame her, but I can't really blame her once again because, well, this is all staged and, well, obviously people are falling for it. I'm actually checking the comments right now and people are actually, well, falling for it, and I'm just gonna admit it, but she's doing a good job so far, just, you know, acting like this is all serious.
It's really interesting thinking about coming back to YouTube with an announcement like this, because I've been gone for so long. I started this channel when I was 15. A lot of you have been following me since I was 15 years old, and not that much time has gone by, and I'm already on to discovering new life. YouTube is not taken seriously. YouTubers are not taken seriously. That's a really frightening prospect. And the fact that a 15-year-old had the ability to just influence millions of people is absolutely ridiculous and so dangerous. But now, as I get older and I start to really think about my place in this world, I wonder, what should I do with my influence?
Even though in this part of the video she's like yapping about, like, you know, YouTube and influence, all that stuff, I have to agree with her with the whole YouTubers not being taken seriously thing. Because obviously in the whole mainstream media and just, you know, general people, they don't really take YouTubers seriously because, well, obviously they see all the negative things that happen, you know, YouTubers going after minors, or like there's like sexual assault, all that stuff that's going on. Anyways, it's time for me to stop yapping and actually just finish this video.
Guys, stay tuned because I'm gonna be having a baby very soon. I slapped this video together just to let you all know where I've been for the past few months.
And that's the end of the video, and I bet you guys are wondering, Tom, what's the outrage? Like, why are people so mad over this? Like, this is so normal. And I get what you guys say, because that was my reaction too when I first saw the video. I was like, why are people mad about this? Because it's so normal. Like, there's nothing going on until like I saw the second video. Because like I keep saying, this is all staged. So I guess we can just watch the second video now.
Okay, guys, I lost the baby, and I don't know exactly where I put it. It has to be around here somewhere. Okay, so some of you guys are probably wondering,
No, I am not pregnant. And I'm sure some of you are shocked. I'm sure some of you are not surprised at all. I'm sure some of you don't care. But some of you might be asking, when you're a content creator, the line between entertainment and reality is very blurred. Your audience will become very attached to an abstraction of yourself. And the odd thing is that this connection can become very personally meaningful to the viewers, whilst not being personally meaningful to the creator itself. Your attention is monetarily valuable to me. And unless you have some narcissistic tendencies, which a lot of us do, the experience of having a parasocial relationship with your audience can be very uncomfortable. I'll give you an example. When I was 15 and I first started making content, I had a lot of people threaten to rape me every day. And if you could imagine, this was not fun. And the problem with this, beyond the obvious, is that there's no meaningful way to respond to this interaction. The offender has anonymity, and in some way, so do I. So I'm not treating them like a real person. They're not treating me like a real person. You're not real, and I'm not real, and none of this is real. And yet, the effect that we have on each other is still very real.
Well, obviously I had to agree with her on the whole parasocial thing, because Jesus Christ, when it comes to like parasocial relationships with, content creators, like for example, Dream, because obviously we all know Dream stands, like obviously they're crazy, and I bet even Dream himself hates them. But I don't know, just the way that Caroline just did her execution when it comes to like, her against the stands, it feels kind of off, especially when it comes to those who are not her fans, and especially those who are outsiders, because they have no clue what's going on, because all they just see are two videos, one where she announced she's pregnant and the other one where she just lost the baby supposedly. And obviously I was one of those types of people, like I had no clue what was going on, but then I had to like read more tweets and watch the video a bit more, and obviously I managed to understand that yeah, she was obviously trolling, and just her execution of the joke was just terrible.
I lied about being pregnant as a joke, and the joke is not that pregnancy under strenuous circumstances is funny. The joke is not that the audience was gullible enough to believe that I was pregnant. The joke is you connected to something that wasn't real, and I have become something that isn't real.
Okay, that's just kind of odd. So yeah, obviously because of that video, people began to hate on her because, well, obviously it turns out the whole thing was fake. Like she just staged the whole thing, like the whole pregnancy. Do I think she deserves the hate? Not really, because I mean, I get it. Like the joke, it was not that great in my personal opinion. Just the execution, it just wasn't there. But I don't think people should be too mad at her, because, well, she is kind of known for being this type of YouTuber to like make parodies and just not be as serious. Even though someone like me, never even heard of her, but oh well. For those who actually kind of knew who she was, well, they already knew that she was obviously joking. And from what I can see right here, it turns out people, a majority of people actually, they can actually tell it's a joke, because look at this like to dislike ratio. Yeah, it's not as great as the other video, but obviously you can tell that a majority of people kind of knew this was a joke and they took it as such. However, there's a reason why there's so many dislikes in this video compared to the other video, and we're about to get into that right now.
We all come here to find this connection over and over again, and we don't really find it until now, when you subscribe to my Patreon. Oh yeah, that's fucking right. This entire stunt has been an advertisement for my Patreon. I'm also announcing that I'm coming back to YouTube. Listen, I wanted to come back to YouTube and explain to everyone why I had been gone and what had happened to me in that time that made me want to come back. But some of you in my audience are pretty weird, and I don't blame any of you. You can't help being weird, but I didn't think that it would be healthy for me to expose myself like that to all of you. And that's why I decided to keep a lot of my more sensitive information behind a paywall, where I would hope some of the audience would be more intentional with how they interact with me.
Yeah, no, I'm not paying $5 for your Patreon, especially after the whole thing that we just went through. I mean, yeah, the joke was not that great, but still, Why? Especially when the whole video is actually just, clickbait, and supposedly it's about you having like a miscarriage or losing the baby. But in reality, it's just you just saying, oh, it's all just a joke, and also pay for my Patreon. Because I don't think people would be so mad at her. I mean, yeah, there might be a few that might take the joke seriously, but overall, it's just a terribly executed joke because you can't even tell if it's real or not. And just add on to that, you decided to say, okay, pay for my Patreon. Yeah, no, obviously it's gonna blow up in your face. So overall, Caroline just did a mid joke and decided to just ruin it by deciding to just say, hey, I have a Patreon. Yeah, no, obviously that's not going to go well, and that's just how the situation went down. Now I'm just repeating myself and just rambling a bit, so I'm just going to end the video right here. So thank you guys for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell notification, and make sure to click on it, and make sure to comment on this video so that way I can hear you guys' opinions on this video, and make sure to follow me on my other social medias, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace.